adjustment to go, because when Chris gets on the floor, obviously that'll be an adjustment. It should be a good adjustment, but I think the only adjustments are other players learning what we do, and then there's always some backsliding you got to be careful about. Guys from last year thinking they know, they might not know, so you have to reiterate it. Because you get in the summertime, you play and you pick up bad habits, and you don't run the corners, you don't do some things that we do. But between getting in game shape and NBA shape and back-to-back shape and doing the things we do, then you start to flow and becomes natural.
You see some of these teams struggling to get used to one another, and the Thunder, they talked about it a lot last night.
Right.
Is that something because your point guards are just so over the top as playmakers that it's a little easier when it's that guy? He knows what he does. And
right.
Who he is.
I think it does make it easier to integrate people, without a doubt. And where the ball gets to guys, and then they just have to react to it. But every team is unique, and every team has its problems, and every team has to be sorted out, whatever it is. And teams go through the process, but at the end of the day, cream will rise to the top, and the good guys will normally win.
You mentioned that you felt like the last 3 games you guys had played well. Before that, you really didn't feel like you did.
Right.
Other than the results, shots going down, what are you looking at and saying, okay, this is what we're doing right that we weren't before?
Well, I think that one is the quickness of the ball, how it doesn't stick, how that we can make quick decisions, and then playing with confidence. It comes from making shots, and then it just becomes a confidence thing, and not thinking too much, and getting our defense right, and getting the right people on the floor. Right combination is the biggest thing, and people who play with who, and where they feel comfortable in their role, and trying to get it there as soon as we can.
What's it been like for you and your coaching staff, and even the players that Chris on the bench for all these games?
No, Chris on the bench is good. It's better with him on the floor, but he's good. He sees it from a player point guard point of view, and he's very articulate, so it's easy for him to understand where he's coming from, and he's done it for 10 years, and he knows the league. Like I said before, he probably watches more film than probably any of the coaches or anybody in the league, and he is a very astute basketball player, and that's made him great. And he just shares what he thinks, and it's good.
When you add PJ and you add Luke, how much does that change the way you can approach LeBron as far as the defensive game plan?
Well, we have a lot of guys to run at him. I think overall our defense is just better because of those two guys. LeBron's still going to be LeBron and do his thing, and you can't get caught up too much how great he is, because he is great. But we have to, we won't get in foul trouble as much as you could if you don't have 1 or 2 guys can guard him. But we have about 4 guys you can throw at him. But I think just overall our defense is better. I think we just jumped into the top 9 or top 10. I think we're 9th now in defensive rating, and our goal is to be a top 5. So still got a ways to go. But the guys are learning how to be more efficient on defense.
Has that goal been adjusted? Because I've heard top 10 before.
Well, you always try to get up there. There's no reason not being the best defensive team in the league, but top 10 probably gives us a legitimate shot at being deep in the playoffs. Top 5 gives us a really good shot. So our goal is always try to get better, whether we hit or not. It's not like it's overnight we can hang in there. We'd like to get to 5th and try to get as high as we can.
Among all the adjustments that will get made when Chris comes back, do you think his defense on the perimeter is something that is immediate when he returns?
Without a doubt. I mean, he's one of the better defenders in the league. So, and then again, playing with the second group. I hate to even say that. We've got 2 teams out there, so he's in with the first group, then he'll be in the second group. But you'll see the meeting.
You generally prefer, when you're against a guy like LeBron, the teams do this with James, just sort of have one guy and you're on him whenever he's on the floor? Or do you like having the option of, no, you stick with your own rotation and you pick up LeBron if he happens to be there?
No, we'll stick with our own rotations, and because I think we have, whether Trevor starts with him or Luke goes to him or PJ's on him,
it won't always be LeBron. Sometimes it'll be Westbrook or whoever. Is that an advantage that you might have now that you didn't before?
Yeah, I think anytime we can stick with our game plan and not have to adjust other people, it's an advantage, and we have that luxury. So yeah, I would think so.